Peace and love, peace and love. Welcome to SheaButterMe.com podcast. That's right. This is the podcast where Shea Butterme has a lot to say as she sells her products, honey. That's right. Can't forget to do that. She also has a mega mall on her website, honey. That's right, at www.tanya23.com/mega mall. That's right, she's got electronics, crystals, and she's got every single thing, household items, everything you can think of, because we are a mall. And if there's something that you see, Yes. Welcome to Tanya 23 Experience. I want to just welcome everyone and give me a moment to get all systems a go here. How was your day today? I hope it was great. I hope it was great for you. No? It's nothing better than having a great day. And today we have a special treat, I would say. Going to go over a couple of things about the subject. As you can see, the title says, "Soul is to heaven as the body is to the earth." And I'm dedicating tonight's show to my beloved boy, who is my cat of the past 6 years. And he crossed over today. Well, on the 4th, he actually crossed over. And it's been rough because I treat my animal like a family member. And he's quite popular in the family. He's known from here to New York, and all the grandchildren and everyone knows him and loves him. They've watched him grow from a kitten, and we have so many stories, pictures, videos. He's always photobombing someone. And now our little guy has crossed over. And yeah, it's tough, but it's okay. I had one of my children say he lived a great life. And that made me feel really good because it showed that we took good care of him, you know. He was super big and pretty. I'll probably share, let's see if I can share a picture. This is him more towards last year, actually, December 23rd, 2023, my boy. And as you could see, he was my familiar. Very close to his mama. I was his mama. And he really liked to talk to me. Whenever I talked to him, he would answer me with many meows and whatnot. Very clean, debonair, and beautiful. It was my first yellow cat. And yeah, so I'm a little sad. You know what I'm saying? I'm in mourning. But you guys see how he's got his paw on my leg? That's my little leg right there. And he's laying on my nightstand. And look how he got a little paw on mama leg. Well, yeah, so this show is dedicated to the little guy. And what I wanted to talk about is I just happened to be sitting here and the file popped up as I was scanning through. And of course, I was led to read it. Let me get this music and turn it down lower because I want my words to be heard. Let's just turn it off. Yeah, so that's the deal. And so tonight, we're going to read from Muta Ashby's commentary of the Per M. Heru, the actual book and his commentary. And so tonight, as you could see, we are looking at the glyph Ba Ir Pet Shat Irta. Soul is to heaven, body is to earth. This is from the Per M. Heru of the Pyramid Texts, which dates from 3200 BC E to 2575 BCE. The mystic chapters of the Ra Nu Pert M. Heru, the ancient Egyptian book of enlightenment. Some say ancient Egyptian book of the dead, but it's book of the enlightenment. They will get caught up in the pettiness. Okay, the creators of ancient Egyptian mythology and religion recognize that if people live their lives independent of spiritual acknowledgement, life will lose its focus and human beings will lose their way. They will get caught up in the pettiness of human life, and their egoism will lead them to untold sufferings, both in life, on earth, as well as beyond. Therefore, let's go back. They will get caught up in their pettiness of human life, and their egoism will lead them to untold sufferings. So right here, this tells you that you can change your future with your thoughts. Egoism, how you think about whatever, and mainly how you think about yourself. But it says it will lead them to untold sufferings, both in life, right? In life, on earth. Both in life on earth. That's a profound statement. It actually acknowledges that there is life in other places, as well as beyond. right? Therefore, life should be a process of affirming the spiritual reality and even a worship of the divine. In this manner, life itself becomes a spiritual movement towards enlightenment. Not a physical, but a spiritual movement towards enlightenment. A process of promoting prosperity and peace. For more insights into the nature of death in light of the Per M. Haru philosophy, see the sections of this book entitled Readings for the Guidance of the Dying Person and Their Relatives, and Readings for the Guidance of the Spiritual Aspirant. Then there's a brief commentary that goes into a comparison to Gnostic Christianity and Orthodox Christianity. And that's actually irrelevant to what I'm touching on. Is more here. The problem of human existence is the forgetfulness of the divine essence of the self and the identification with the body as the self. Through concern with the body and its needs and desires, the true self becomes identified with worldly concerns and the fulfillment of desires of the body, mind, and senses. This is the development of the ego and the individual soul. The identification with the desires of the body is what leads the soul to further ignorance of its true self. I find that to be very true. It is the pursuit of desires that keeps the mind occupied with worldly thoughts, such as the fear of disease and death of the body, the pursuit of pleasure and happiness, and the eradication of things which cause displeasure. If you think about it, most of one's life could be consumed with these things here. Literally, that is enough if you have to think about it. And it is one special thing for one to say that they don't think about death of the body, fear of disease, because it's everywhere you look. Many people are suffering. Mostly all the main religions emphasize the need to practice the detachment and dispassion toward the body. But that's in a mind frame of what we're talking about. The soul is to heaven. Because otherwise than that, you want to attach to your higher self, connect to your higher self so that you will know how to take care of the body. Right? So these disciplines relieve the pressure of the lower desires which impel a person to run after the illusions of life. Was looking at the television. Every commercial, like I literally had to get up out of there. It literally was pissing me off because I was picking apart every commercial. You had the commercial that really pisses me off is this whole body deodorant damn commercial. Every time you turn around, they're running this commercial. They have the black girl in her bra and underwear, and they have a Caucasian girl. Well, that covers half of the planet. So they're advertising to them. And mind you, girls, women, that they need to use a whole body deodorant instead of taking a shower. What did we do before they created whole body deodorant? You washed yourself. So, excuse me, every time I get on my computer, I have to have some kind of a munchie. But why would they be encouraging young ladies to use that instead of washing their bodies with good old water, soap and water? Could somebody tell me that? I don't think you'll be able to rationalize that. And in order to have a product like that be effective, it has to cut off your sweat glands, which means you're sweating inside your body now because the water, it has to, come out, which means it's caught in the layers of your skin. I don't think you want that. I'm just saying. Think about what you do and what you're doing. Because if you're not shopping at Shea Butter Me, you're most likely, what does it say? Running after the illusions of life. Because here at Shea Butter Me, we use real ingredients that actually help your skin and not hurt it. Because the body is a temple. And Tanya 23 would not jeopardize her great product track record by giving people things that will not serve them well. You have to start really thinking, right? As we're talking about illusions, I just needed to run that example and throw that in there. Because if we don't market ourselves, no one will. Not even your best friends or family members. You've got to do it yourself every chance you get. So with that in mind, traditions hold only through detachment is it possible to calm the mind enough for it to perceive the transcendental reality, which is the bigger picture. Right? So all that to say, we learned that self-sabotage is the ego. The constant preoccupation with the body is incessantly reinforced through many years of living, so that, incessantly means consistently. There's no escape from it. With the body is incessantly reinforced through many years of living with family and others in society. Such body consciousness leads to the conviction that the psychophysical complex, which is the mind and body, is indeed the self. It is this idea that is to be dispelled through the spiritual discipline of constantly turning towards the divine through the various disciplines of yoga, instead of to the body and to the world of illusion. That idea, it says, is to be dispelled through the spiritual discipline of constantly turning towards the divine. Sometimes the divine constantly tells you to go within. That's also turning towards the divine. You are divine. The process becomes easier to understand through reflection on that fact that the body is composed of physical elements which are themselves transient. The body you have today is not the same as the one you had 9 years ago. Every cell in your body has been regenerated. Even your bones are different. As surely as people are born, just as surely their body will someday cease to exist. It is wise to hold on to something. Is it wise to hold on to something that you will definitely lose at some point in time? That is a question to ponder, because I do say yes. Because even though we know that one day will cease to exist, it's not an excuse for you to try to live as long as you possibly, to extend that invitation as far as you most certainly can. That was a wonderful way of saying it. Absolutely. So it is wise to take care of yourself. Impermanence is a given fact of life, which means everything must die. To be a fact of life, death is a fact of life. Got to keep going through this, especially when something happens in your life and it's time to apply this. Of course, no one wants to think about it until it happens. You get looked at as weird if you focus on impermanence. Yeah, there were groups that most of their practice was working to understand it as much as possible and assist it. Impermanence. Flowers grow, live and die. Insects grow, live and die. Yet people accept these changes. Why is it that people do not cry when the flower dies, or when the leaf falls from a tree and dies, or for every creature in nature that has died? The fact is that it is not only death that causes fear, but attachment to that which died and has met the unknown. So fear of death is due to ignorance of one's true nature. Let us pause there. I want you to really think about that. I want you to, let's rewind it and listen to it again and really understand what is being said. The fact that it is not only death that causes fear, but the attachment to that which died and has met the unknown. So the fear of death is due to ignorance of one's true nature. Let's keep going, then we end. Likewise, people hold on to life no matter how miserable a situation they may be in, because they don't know any other way of thinking or acting, and also because they have the illusion that there is a chance that they may find happiness someday, or they may somehow come into some money. Wealth is a big illusion. You can read the papers and see how wealth destroys a person's peace of mind through the endless worries associated with acquiring it, investing, and protecting it. I want you to critically think about this. Counter this and see what you come up with. Here's a scripture, Matthew 19:23. Then Jesus said to his disciples, "Verily I say to you, that it is hard for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. But he can roam and live as a god on earth. To some, that is enough. They'll take that. Labor not after riches." That's your difference between spam and steak, though. While you're here, you want to give yourself the best quality of life, you know? It doesn't say labor not for riches. That would be something the Bible would say. But our Egyptian proverbs say, labor not for riches first, and think afterwards how you will enjoy them. He who neglects the present moment throws away all that he has. See? You always got to keep manifesting your creativity. Because if you neglect the present moment, you throw away what you have. I'm going to focus on this a little more. As the arrow passes through the heart, while the warrior knew not that it was coming, so shall his life be taken away before he knoweth that he had it. Oh my. An even greater illusion comes into play when a person tries to figure out which part of the body contains the soul. There's no body part that contains the soul, or which can be considered to be the self. No body part can be called me, yet somehow the conglomerate of thoughts, memories, physical body, and senses is understood to be the me. The world of unenlightened human existence is likened to being out in the middle of the ocean when there is a raging storm. Spiritual practice is a boat which allows a person to weather the storm of the world with its ever-changing situations, and it gives power to move forward in life and not to be disturbed by choices, desires, unpredictability of the world process. Let's stop there. That's perfect segue. And so, my friends, until the next time, the soul is to heaven as the body is to earth. Peace, love, and light. Leaving you with Reiki love, positive thinking, receive it and it's yours.
Boom.